Yes, indeed, Mark, as you rightly put it, people, Kenyans, are looking forward to this day. This is the last Madaraka celebration and state function that will be presided over by President Uhuru Kenyatta as his term comes to a close. Remember, we are only 68 days to the next general election. And of course, people today are expecting that President Uhuru Kenyatta will outline his scorecard for the last 10 years, the strides we've made as a country. This is the 59th Madaraka Day to mark self-rule since 1963, and the first Madaraka celebrations actually were celebrated right here at Uhuru Gardens where we are. So already Kenyans are streaming in from the other end of the field, and also you can see Kenya Defense Forces are here just making the last preparations, a march past. This is a drill of what will happen later on in the main ceremony, and Kenyans are streaming in they have been streaming in from as early as 6 a.m. here. But Mark, there are strict guidelines in regards to security, just to ensure that Kenyans here are checked before they enter the Uhuru Gardens, and also restrictions in regards to masks. And of course, this is of course to actually help keep the coronavirus at bay. The numbers have been increasing in recent days, so I have mine. Kenyans who are looking forward to attend this event should also come in with their masks. Apart from that, Mark, also just to mention that we expect a number of dignitaries. The president of Sierra Leone, Julius Maada Bio, is the chief guest in this ceremony, and of course that is the main dais where the dignitaries will be seated. We expect the president, his deputy, William Ruto, and the Right Honorable former Prime Minister Raila Odinga to be seated at the dais, along with cabinet secretaries and other politicians and invited guests will be gracing this event here at the Uhuru Gardens. So, Mark, we've also seen primary school children also actually being checked and making their way to different positions in these gardens, where they will be taking their seats, just awaiting the main ceremony to start. Remember, we also expect a fly past by the Kenya Air Force that will be happening here. And just to mention, this comes just about 2 days after there was an air show also here at the Uhuru Gardens that was organized by the Kenya Defense Forces, as well as experts from South Africa, and Kenyans also had an opportunity to enjoy that particular event. Also, we expect entertainment by artists, local artists, as well as the choir that is going to be entertaining the guests here at the Uhuru Gardens. Mark, this goes to show you just how much Kenyans are looking forward to this event here. Of course, we'll be bringing our viewers up to speed with everything that is happening here. But also it is important to mention that President Uhuru Kenyatta, even as he outlines his scorecard for the last 10 years, we also be keen to listen at some particular things that he'll have to mention, the strides that Kenya has made as a country. For example, in regards to security, remember we had our Kenya Defense Forces troops moving into Somalia in the year 2011. This, of course, was during the late President Mwai Kibaki's rule. We'll wait to see and hear what the president has to say about that. The last terrorist attack in Kenya was in the year 2019, the Dusit 2 attack, and the president, of course, may be highlighting some of the strides his government has been able to make, as well as development projects they've been able to achieve in the last 10 years. Remember, the Jubilee government came in with very heavy promises, rather, and this is a time to reflect and just tell Kenyans what they've been able to do across the country in terms of infrastructure, dams, the construction of dams, stadia, as they had promised, as well as also the president highlighting some of the biggest challenges that we've been able to face as a country, including the COVID-19 pandemic. And of course, Mark, also will be keen to hear what the president has to say in regards to the coming elections. Remember, he has been steering clear about the politics of the day, but remember, earlier on in the year, he had expressed his support for the Right Honorable former Prime Minister and the Azimio La Umoja One Kenya Alliance Kenya's party leader as he's vying for presidency. So a number of things we expect, also including the current politics at state in the country. Remember, this is also the first time that President Uhuru Kenyatta will be attending an event with the Right Honorable former Prime Minister Raila Odinga and his deputy William Ruto, after they announced their running mates Rigathi Gachagua for the Kenya Kwanza camp and Martha Karua for the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition. So we expect also that maybe politics of the day will be playing out. We expect that also we'll be bringing our viewers up to speed with that. My colleague Kennedy Moredi, Oli Barrows, of course, will be joining me on that part, and Nicolas Wambua. So, Mark, we have already pitched tent here, and as promised, we'll be bringing our viewers up to speed with everything that is happening here. If my camera person, Basweti, can just show you, there are seats that have been arranged just across the field from where we are. That is, of course, where some Kenyans will be expected to take their seats, sit there and witness the events of the day, which includes different events that will be going on this particular field. You can see the Kenya Defense Forces soldiers just marching by, gun in hand, and carrying their troop bags also. So, Mark, apart from that, if my camera person at Basweti can also show you, that is the main dais, and you can see that the Kenya Defense Forces and the cleaners are just making their last touches there to ensure that everything is crisp, everything is ready. The red carpet has been laid in order for the dignitaries and the top brass in government to walk down the aisle as they take their seats in the podium, on the podium rather, Mark. So that is just a clear picture, just to paint you a picture of what is happening here at the Uhuru Gardens. But as I mentioned earlier, we are also keen to look at who will be making his way, especially dignitaries who will be making their way to the main dais. So, Mark, that is what is happening at the Uhuru Gardens in a nutshell. Of course, we'll be bringing our viewers to speed with more in our later on bulletins.